Even a global pandemic won't stop the Farmington Regional Chamber from giving honor to whom honor is due. I hope you'll be inspired as you take a few minutes to honor the many individuals who freely give of their time, talent, energy, and resources to make our community a better place to live. Each choice to give reminds me of a puzzle piece, simple by itself, but put together they form a beautiful picture of service and making a difference, and our community is better in the end result.
The Downtown Development Association is pleased to present the Downtown Pride Awards to the Hayes-Willette family, owners of Alley Sue Boutique. The mother-daughter duo of Donna Hayes and Allison Willette began Alley Sue Boutique as an online store in January 2018. It quickly grew and became apparent that a storefront was needed. They purchased the building at 19 East Columbia Street in October 2018 and completed an extensive 5-month renovation of the building costing over $150,000. The building dates back to 1882 and was the original general store. During the renovation, the removal of an endearing but faded mural on the side of the building caused great concern with its removal. Those who didn't realize the mural was historically incorrect. The Alley Sue building is now one of the most beautiful buildings in downtown Farmington on Columbia Street, thanks to the efforts of the Hayes-Willette family.
I'm Pat King. Kiwanis is a worldwide service organization changing the world one child and one community at a time. Farmington Kiwanis has been serving our community for over 75 years. We are proud to recognize Maddie Berg, a 2020 graduate of Farmington High School, with our Kiwanis Youth Leadership Award. Maddie has answered the call made by Martin Luther King, who said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Well, Maddie has answered that question in a tremendous way. She has been the president of our Farmington High School Key Club. She has provided leadership for such projects as the pink t-shirt project that we sold to raise money for breast cancer awareness, and the Color Run, where we raise money for disabled American veterans. She has been a leader in these ways. She's also been a leader in the student government at Farmington High School. She has an extremely bright future. We are so proud of her. She has a great record of leadership and community service, and that makes her the ideal person to receive our Kiwanis Youth Leadership Award. Congratulations to Maddie and to her family.
Hello, I'm Chris Morrison with the St. Francis County Rotary Club. We are honored to be here to present the Rotary Service Above Self Award. The Rotary Club has been in existence since 1905. It's been our community since 1934, almost as long as Jerry Weems. With 1.2 million members across the world, our organization lives by the motto of service above self. Whether we are installing water wells in third world countries, helping out communities across the country in times of need after a catastrophe, or working right here in our community with things like Special Olympics, our blood drives, the Rotary Shootout, which allows us to give well over $100,000 of scholarships to high school students over the years. The Rotary Club strives to make the community a better place. This community has been blessed with so many people that live by the motto as well of service above self. Our recipient this year has been doing just that since moving here in 2015. I have heard him talk to groups numerous times over the years with one common theme. We have a duty to stand up for people that don't have a voice and cannot fight for themselves. It is easy to say those words, but much more difficult to live by them every day. Coach Luke Strage does just that, by fighting for those that don't have a voice. He has been a supporter of Hope for Autism, a major advocate in the Play It Forward campaign to bring an all-inclusive playground to our community, and a leader and role model for the student athletes at Mineral Area College. He's a great friend of mine, and he's a great friend of our community. You will find his players out in our community every chance they get, whether they're reading to elementary schools, working at Parkland Center for Hope, or helping with Habitat for Humanity, and the list goes on. Coach Strage's teams wins games, and a lot of them. But more importantly, they learn how to become selfless, community-minded leaders by following what their coach does each and every day. I would like to thank Coach Luke Strage, his wife Christine, sons Mason, Jackson, and Griffin for their contributions to our community, and congratulate them on the 2020 Rotary Service Above Self Award.
When it came time to start thinking about the recipient or the candidate for the KFMO B104 Radio Super Service Award, we didn't have to think too hard or look too far. There are 2 recipients this year for this year's award. These 2 friends and colleagues have worked diligently together to make better lives for all people on the autism spectrum. Their story is one of amazing faith and fortitude. They have beautiful hearts for people and for their community, and their generosity is astounding. What they do for Hope for Autism, to helping the homeless, to helping really anyone in need that walks in their door, it's extremely inspiring, and it makes me very proud to be a part of a community that have people like this. That being said, it is with great pride that today I can present the KFMO B104 Radio Super Service Award to Luann Honerkamp and Jessica Harmon.
The recipients of our KREI KTJJ 110% Award are Paul and Ashley Grindstaff. Ashley and Paul are both active in their community as well as their church, Meadow Heights.
Each year, they help to organize a lemonade stand for their kids and others to participate in, and they pick the organization or cause to donate the money to.
Ashley is a member of the Help the Hungry Bake Sale Committee, an annual bake sale that's raised over $500,000 the past 13 years for 2 local food pantries, the Ministerial Alliance and St. Vincent de Paul.
Paul and Ashley also volunteer with the Farmington Ministerial Alliance.
Paul works year-round to organize the annual Blues, Brews, and Barbecue event through Discover Farmington that brings thousands of people to the downtown area.
The Grindstaff family works with Generation Next by taking in underprivileged children and supplying them with the necessary equipment for life.
Ashley volunteers with Seed Sowers, sewing aprons for groups like Shared Blessings, dog packs for the Pet Adoption Center, totes for a mission trip she was involved in, and many other wonderful causes.
Ashley and Paul also work with a backpack program to feed the kids in our area while they're off school the week of Thanksgiving.
And Ashley also works to organize the supplying and packing of boxes for Operation Christmas Child.
And a really cool facet to this is Paul's grandfather, Bill Cooper, won our award back in 2009. What a great way to honor his memory. Congratulations again to Paul and Ashley Grindstaff on being the KREI KTJJ 110% winner.
Hello, I'm Jim Alquist representing Dawkins Broadcast Group. The Dawkins Broadcast Group Elite Service Award began over 25 years ago and has always been awarded to an individual who shows an exemplary love and understanding of their community. This year's recipient was an easy choice. This well-deserving person has a strong devotion to faith, supports many local youth charities, including Youth for Christ. This year's recipient also donates a great amount of time to the annual St. Lawrence Picnic, along with helping to sponsor the St. Joseph of Farmington's trip to Washington, D.C. for pro-life. This person also donates to the National Child Safety Program along with the local Sheriff's Department. Our recipient has also put together a Native American gallery to honor her own Native American heritage. She always cooks a meal for 30+ people with the Remember the Removal Cherokee Cyclists each June. She is also a member of the Plank Road Trail of Tears Committee and donates money to Native American schools in Montana and Oklahoma. She has been chosen to carry out the Native healing traditions of her midwife grandmother. She supports the Walker Johns Foundation, supports the Farmington Library Summer Reading Program, supports the Farmington Pet Adoption Center. She has raised funds for the Farmington History Museum, donates annually to the Knights of Columbus, Kiwanis and East Missouri Action Agency, along with St. Paul Lutheran, St. Agnes and Valley Catholic Schools, and so much more. Our recipient also helps sponsor food and clothing drives for the needy year-round. And now she is taking on a new mission to raise money for awareness for the homeless in Farmington and surrounding areas. And if that wasn't enough, she always takes time to be with her beloved children and grandchildren, plus writes stories of which are featured weekly on Froggy 96. This wonderful lady is very deserving of the Dawkins Broadcast Group Elite Service Award, and we are honored to present it to Mary Lee Visnonsky, also known as Earth Mother. Congratulations.
The Uplift Center for Better Living opened in January of 2020. Farmington City Administrator Greg Beavers initiated the idea to utilize empty space in the city-owned building to assist individuals who are experiencing homelessness. Through his partnerships with East Missouri Action Agency, the Uplift Center now provides day services, including showers, laundry service, meals, assistance with job applications, and if desired, individuals may receive an assessment for mental health counseling. Greg also coordinated the renovation and donation of a local city-owned home given to Southeast Missouri Family Violence Council as a transitional home for women who have experienced abuse. As city administrator, Greg has implemented progressive solutions in keeping with the tradition of generosity and caring. For this reason, the Farmington Regional Chamber is honored to present this year's Tradition and Progress Award to the Farmington City Administrator, Greg Beavers.
For decades now, the Daily Journal and Farmington Press has given the Citizen of the Year Award for the Farmington Regional Chamber of Commerce. It's been a special award that has gone to a lot of wonderful people, groups of people, individuals that have made a difference in this city and in the community. This year is no different. We're going to be celebrating actually not just one person, but an organization made up of a whole bunch of people who have made a difference in Farmington over the past year and actually decades. This is a group that has donated to Camp Hope. It's been involved with the city library. It's helped out the St. Francis County DARE program. It's helped out the Daughters of the American Revolution. It's given to the Operation School Supply, and now it's raising funds for an all-inclusive playground in Engler Park through the Play It Forward and the Parkland organization. This is a group that was chartered in March of 1962. We are proud to announce that this year's Citizen of the Year is the Farmington Lions Club.
Hi, I'm Chip Peterson. I'm here to present this year's Farmington Regional Chamber of Commerce's Lifetime Achievement Award. It gives me great pleasure to present this year's award to Keith Wayne Hudson, or Keith as everybody in the community knew him. Keith was a great businessman, a great family man, and left a great legacy behind. Several business achievements in the area, which consisted of, to name a few, the sporting goods store that he and Karen started on the east part of town some 30 plus years ago, the Taco Bell empire that he built, of more than 35 restaurants in the St. Louis and surrounding areas, Long John Silver's, Mega Sports, Branding Iron Barbecue, Twin Oaks Winery that he and Karen and his sons built and ran for years and became also a big part of the community, Catfish Kettle most recently. Keith was also involved in the community and associations in the community. He was a board member of the R7 Farmington School Board. He was a co-sponsor of the Children's Haven Golf Tournament for years. He was a dedicated member of his beloved Elks Club. He was also, he and Karen, the 2000 Mr. and Mrs. Country Days for Country Days. We talked a lot about business, we talked a lot about success, but we talked more about family. You know, Keith was a great business success, but he never lost his roots of Farmington, and he certainly never lost his connection with his family. Family was always the absolute most important to him. Winston Churchill once said, "My greatest achievement was convincing my wife to marry me." Keith and I laughed a few times about that quote, and it hit home with both of us. Because certainly he had a strong foundation by which he stood, and he knew it, and he'd tell you that every time. A man's wealth is not measured by the assets he leaves behind, but rather the amount of friends he amasses, the reputation he leaves, and most importantly, his family and how he loves them and raises them. So to one of the most wealthy men I've ever known, Keith Wayne Hudson, I present you this award, this Lifetime Achievement Award from the Farmington Regional Chamber of Commerce.